The Labour Party has been blasted by frustrated voters over its apparent position on the 2030 petrol and diesel car ban. Labour has been attacked by voters after suggesting they would reinstate Rishi Sunak's 2030 petrol and diesel car ban if they win power at the next general election. Labour was forced to react after it was unveiled the Prime Minister is looking to row back on many of his net zero pledges. This would include the planned 2030 ban on the sale of new petrol and diesel cars, which has left manufacturers furious. It is believed the ban would now come into place from 2035, with the government still committed to its 2050 net zero target. However, the Shadow Transport Secretary, Louise Haigh, has come under fire after hinting the party would look at backing the former 2030 goal. She made the remark on X, formerly Twitter, just hours after car brand Ford called out the government's actions. Ms. Haigh said, "The threat to investment in our automotive industry is the chaos created by the Tories at a time when the sector is crying out for certainty. The Conservatives might be happy to kick the legs out from underneath the car industry, but Labour would back the sector all the way." The policy was instantly rejected by voters, with some concerned the policy would leave them bankrupt. Ex-user PVFC wrote, "Working class people can't afford it." Paul W. Dale added, "Electric cars are just too expensive for many." Ramtops commented, "But will the charging grid be ready in 7 years? It seems unlikely." Chris Blanc remarked, "You know most people can't afford these cars, or heat pumps. Capitalism at the expense of lower incomes. It needs a third option for those who can't comply." Joris added, "And when we reach 2030 under Labour and there's not even half the infrastructure we need, then what?" Labour have not officially supported bringing back a 2030 pledge, but senior MPs have refused to rule it out. Firstly, a statement from the party after the announcement described the Prime Minister's actions as a farce. Shadow Minister Darren Jones then dodged the question when asked if Labour would back the 2030 date on Sky News. When later asked by LBC, he admitted that he suspected Sir Keir Starmer would stick to the 2030 car ban if ministers moved it. Meanwhile, the Shadow Chancellor of the Exchequer Rachel Reeves claimed Mr. Sunak's move would hold Britain back.